We are live and direct. It is a beautiful day at the beach. I'm Kevin T. Robertson, here with my business partner, Austin Troy, a co-founder of Speaker Focus. And we are bringing another topic to you today. We will be talking about, for the next hour or so, we will be talking about a very interesting topic today, as I always try to bring you topics that are going to, number one, it's going to make you think. Number two, it's going to educate you about the professional speaking industry and what your responsibilities are to connect with conference coordinators. Now, today's topic is how to build trust with conference coordinators and get past the gatekeepers. A lot of you out there are going to experience some real challenges with getting past gatekeepers. I'm talking about the secretaries, the interns, the person at the front desk, the switchboard operator, for many of these companies that you're going to be dealing with. And I can tell you this. So make sure that when you're talking to people about your professional speaking services, that you clearly understand that you're going to have to typically deal with somebody else in order to get to the person you really want to talk to, especially if you're in a situation where you're on the phone a lot. Eventually, this business all comes down to you being on the phone. This is why we teach you how to manage the sales cycle from contact to close, and make sure that you clearly understand that it's, I always say, communication equals negotiation. That's going to be the first lesson for today. Communication equals negotiation. So as long as you're in constant contact and communication with the right target buyer, with the right person, in other words, the person who has the right title to hire speakers, then you're going to be okay. So I'm going to talk to you about what it's going to take to build trust in the conference coordinator. Remember, they don't know you. You are a foreign body. You know, the human brain works like this. Anything that's not familiar to your current database of knowledge, your brain is automatically going to try to kick it out. Automatically. This is why on the Speaker Focus platform, we teach you how to create some top of mind awareness with your branding and your marketing materials, the social proof. You're going to have to put yourself in a situation where the conference coordinator has to trust you. Trust is a big issue if I don't know you. So through your value-based service offerings, your speaker deliverables, your speaking topics, your website, speaker info kit, and your speaker video demo, you are going to now put yourself in position where they see your face once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6. It takes about 7 branding impressions or more in order for your brand to leave an indelible mark with the target buyer. Now, here's the key. In order for me to trust you, are you really giving any value? See, this is why we don't teach any of that motivational speaker jazz on our platform, because you will get shut down very quickly and get thrown in a category, boxed in like a child actor. They think you're a one-trick pony if you just tell them you're a motivational speaker. Who wants to do that? We work with some of the most talented people in the world on our platform. You want to be a specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and trusted advisor. Those should be the main 4 categories under professional speaker that you are labeling yourself as, because that is the thing that builds the most credibility with the target buyer. Now remember, first thing I had you write down was communication equals negotiation. As long as you're communicating with the target buyer, you are in negotiation mode. Make no mistake about it. There is a sales component to your speaker business. And I know what some of you are saying right now. Oh, KTR, I don't like sales. It's like that. That's like saying somebody asked you to come sell Avon back in the day, and you say you don't like selling Avon. Somebody asks you that you don't want to do network marketing. You know why? Everybody kind of freaks out, because when you say sales, everybody clams up, because people typically don't have a process when it comes to sales. So whether, it doesn't matter what you're selling, if you don't know what you're selling and you're not familiar with it, it's gonna come off very, very, not only unprofessional, but it's gonna come off unpolished, you know, and also you're going to be lacking the enthusiasm that the conference coordinator needs to see in your brand in order to make a real connection. So let's go into detail. Remember, communication equals negotiations. Another thing you're going to need to do to build up trust and confidence in the target buyer is going to be the following. Now, remember, they are a gatekeeper to the company's money. And then the target buyer, AKA conference coordinator, meeting event planner, key committee member, the person who is directly responsible for creating the purchase order to cut the check, the decision maker, like a chair, somebody that sits on a board that decides whether or not you're going to get this gig or not. It's a trust factor. They don't really trust motivational speakers and snake oil salesmen, and that's how you're going to come off if that's what you want to do. Remember, they get 20 plus motivational speakers every day, literally begging for speaking engagements. You don't want to be one of them, because if you are, you're going to be in trouble. So this is the reason why, in order to build the trust the right way, are you delivering value in your messaging? I got to talk about this right now, because I am only able to explain to you because of the havoc that I wreaked on myself and the industry of not knowing how to do this business the right way. I'm talking flat out looking like an idiot. When you don't know what you're doing and you don't have other people around you to tell you, that's what's going to happen. You're going to fall and fall and fall and fall. But this is the good news. The people that fall like me, crashed and burned like the Hindenburg about 2,000 times, then you're going to learn the hard way. And when you learn the hard way, it really builds up a lot of resiliency on the inside. And this is the reason why you hear me so well versed, and why I study so much, and why I have so many repetitions, and because I want it more than your average person. I've never been average. Never, ever, ever. I was never interested in it. So I'm interested in doing more research. Somebody tells me I need to research something, I need to dig in there and get interested, especially if I know it's going to make me a better human being, number one. Number two, if it's going to make me a better entrepreneur. Number three, is it going to really help get me to the next level? This is what you got to really ask yourself. Why am I in the speaking game? Why are you, to stop being so selfish? Damn, speakers are some of the most selfish people I ever met in my life, because you love to hear yourself talk. Listen to me. Forget about everything that you thought you heard about professional speaking before you come on this platform, because I'm breaking this stuff down to you, telling it to you like it is. Through trial and error in my experiences, you got to stop being so selfish. In other words, stop thinking like a speaker. Stop thinking like a motivational speaker in specific. All speakers want to do is hear themselves talk. I want you to, do you actually listen to yourself when you talk? Because if you do, and your words don't have any value to you, how do you think it's going to have some value to the conference coordinator? That chair member that's sitting there, and they're having a roundtable discussion about their conference, about logistics, about the banquet, the catering, all of the different vendors and contractors that they have to work with. Do you know how many moving pieces it is in the speaking industry before you have the privilege and honor to actually get on stage to speak? Some of you are way too heavy with the speaking part, and you got to learn to speak a game. Some of you know how to speak, but you don't understand the game at all. This is a lot of the reasons why you're on this platform. Now, obviously, the people that are on our platform, they're learning, they're growing, they're turning into the person that they really want to be. I'm nowhere near the person I want to be. But I can tell you this, I'm not trying to make you, I'm not trying to embarrass anybody and make you feel bad. My job is to make you feel uncomfortable so you can grow. And if you look at it the right way, I'm talking experience. Do you want to be the guy that calls the conference coordinator and you're in broke, begging, or desperation mode? Because that's what I was for the first 7 years of my career. Now, again, we're talking about how to build trust with the conference coordinator and get past the gatekeeper. You're not going to get past anybody unless you have value. See, this is what I want you to understand. Everybody says that everybody's in the mode when they're on the phone where they want to hang up on you because they think that you don't have anything to offer them that's going to be of value until you start talking. So the thing is, you might want to ask yourself this question: what's your presentation all about? What's your presentation? If in fact communication equals negotiation, what is your presentation to make me want to listen to you? Let's take a pause for a second. I'm not KTR, your speaker coach. I am the conference coordinator. I have a check in my hand. I would like to hire you for a speaking engagement. Please help me understand with your weak ass presentation why I should hire you. Help me understand. Why should I do it? Why should I put my neck on the line? This is how you have to start looking at this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a conference coordinator. Why am I putting my neck on the line for you again? I'm not understanding. Help me understand why I have to put my neck on the line for you if you're not prepared to do business with me. This is why we teach you how to organize a message. I'm talking all the stuff I'm getting ready to say to you right now are the things that we teach you prior to connecting with the target buyer. Why would you want to be speaking to them right now when you are not ready and prepared? First thing is get a message that's organized. Second thing is automate your speaker business and set it up the right way, please, so you don't have to be in broke, begging, or desperation mode. Hear me, all you motivational speakers out there who think you're smarter than the system. Oh, that's how I used to think too, until the industry punched me in my face and kicked me right between the legs multiple times. Third thing is set up your speaker business. They don't want to do business with your social security number. They want to do business with your business. Next thing is make sure your social media is on point. Because I'm seeing way too many people with a red cup in their hand, turn up, drunk pics, got your social media set up like a dating site. That's what I really want to see if I'm a conference coordinator and I want to hire you to speak. I want to see all your stupid ass family pictures that have nothing to do with me hiring you to speak. Thanks a lot, motivational speaker. Number 5 is digital marketing. Well, if you don't understand how to manipulate all of these social networks, and you don't understand how to manipulate the contextual copy or the creative you're supposed to be putting in front of them. And when I say creative, I mean contextual copy, pictures, video, and infographics. So what creative are you going to put in front of the right platform? It's a little different when you're on Facebook. The barrier to entry is a little bit lower. All you got to do is put up a picture and some text, and you can basically get an ad up very quickly. You can't pull that on YouTube. It's a little bit different. You got to be good on video, and you got to get their attention in the first 5 seconds. Then you got to deliver some value in the first 30 seconds. Then you got to do a call to offer for the next 5 seconds. Then you got to do another 30 seconds with showing the results you've been able to get for people. Google AdWords are different. LinkedIn organic outreach automation strategy is different, and Instagram's different. Are you prepared to do business on these digital platforms? Because if you're not, I do business with Austin Troyer. If you're not, you're going to be out of business like Toys R Us and Sears and all the old school companies who can't survive anymore. Wish is taking their market share. Wish is a company who sponsors the LA Lakers jerseys. They've been in business for about 6 or 7 years. They've done over $6 billion. All they run is Facebook ads. Now you tell me who's the smartest. That's why we address it on our platform, because nobody else is. And then last but not least, do you have all the marketing outreach documents prepared? All the email templates, do you have those crafted? So you're not going to send me I'm talking to you like the conference coordinator right now. Go back a couple of weeks, I did the mind and the psychology of the conference coordinator. If you're not ready and prepared to deal with them, they are going to hand you your entire ass. So we prepare you with sales cycle training. We prepare you to make sure that you can connect with the target buyer the right way, with the right tonality and the right verbiage. This is a trust issue. When you have people come to your door, unless it's like your regular UPS guy, we tip our UPS driver. He's over here so much. Now, if you're not the regular person, or I see your face on a regular basis, I don't know you. I don't trust you. More importantly, I don't like you. Remember, I'm talking to you like the conference coordinator now. Get out your feelings for a second. I don't know you and I don't like you because your speaker business is weak and it's not put together the right way. I am so sick of these motivational speakers sucking the life's blood out of me, calling me up unprepared, wasting my time, unprofessional, unorganized. They don't have a message. They're all over the place. I'm sick of it if I'm a conference coordinator. So how do you remedy all these things? How do you tear down the walls of trust and get a direct line to the person who you're supposed to be talking to about your business? Okay, I see we have Denzil has a question. Denzil, you're hot with KTR. What's up, boss?
Hey, Coach, how you doing, man?
I'm good, bro. It sounds like a plane or something is going in the background. I can't really hear you.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I'm just on the road. I'm heading home. Are you hearing me better now?
Say it again.
Are you hearing me any better?
Yes, I hear you. I hear you good enough to understand. Yes, sir. Go ahead. What's your question?
Yes. So my question is, is this being recorded because you're going in and out, and I can barely, I see that your mouth is moving, but I'm just not hearing anything. So I'm guessing it's my connection.
Yes, Denzil, it's probably your connection. I know we had an issue maybe some weeks ago, but we worked it out on our end. So it's probably a connection on your end. It will be a rebroadcast. Austin will probably get it out late tonight or either early tomorrow. Okay, so you will have access to it.
Awesome. I'm happy to hear that because right now you're dropping dimes and I don't want to miss anything.
It's all good, bro. Hey, listen, I did get your message as well. I'm going to connect with you tomorrow, okay?
Okay, no problem. I truly appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's all good, man. Drive, get home safe, all right?
All right, I will. Thanks. Have a good day.
No problem. You're very welcome. Okay, we got Marlon. Marlon has a question. Let me see. Let me go down here. Let me see. Marlon has a question. Marlon, you're hot with KTR. What's up, boss? Unmute your audio, Marlon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I do hear you.
All right. So when you're adding value to the person that does not know you and you're trying to get past the gatekeeper, do you have any key point to be able to go in initially for that added value up front? Correct. I understand that the research is important, so you should know your customer inside and out.
Yep. Yes. Okay. So you're asking me the verbiage that you're supposed to utilize on the phone when you actually have the gatekeeper. In other words, it's not the person who actually books the speakers. Is that what you're asking me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, guess what, Marlon? This is what we're going to teach you in module number 2, which is managing the sales cycle from contact to close. So now watch this. You're talking about, this is the preparation that builds the trust, Marlon. It's right there in the script in module 2. Now I know, Marlon, Marlon has not even onboarded yet, but he is one of the few people that is so adamant, and I'm talking serious, that we allowed him to jump on the call tonight. So Marlon, watch this. First of all, that's a great question. Now, managing the sales cycle, Marlon, first of all, do you know your brand? Your brand is you and you are your brand. So as soon as you call the person up on the phone, you want to say, first of all, you want to say, hello, this is Kevin T. Robertson. Could you put me in contact with the person who works with outside contractors or who books speakers for your organization? This is if you're cold calling. If you're making an outbound cold call, you have no leverage. They don't know who you are. Now, they're going to treat you, Marlon, just like a typical. Marlon, what happens when you get a telemarketer that gives you a call and you're in the middle of dinner or something with your family? What do?
You don't answer, or you answer and say, I'll get back with you.
Yeah, let's say you do answer and you're looking at a movie. You're really not doing anything, but when this is what I do to them. You're calling from who? Nah, man, I'm out. They have no value. I don't even give them a shot because they don't know how to get my attention in the first couple of seconds. Now, this is a business establishment, Marlon. So what I'd be doing if I were you is calling up the conference coordinator. Hey, this is Kevin T. Robertson. How are you today? I'm great. Exchange pleasantries. Once you exchange pleasantries, and they say, this is such and such, National Institute of Leadership. How can I help you? Hey, this is Kevin T. Robertson. Who am I speaking to? Hey, this is Gregory. Hey, Gregory, what's going on? Hey, listen, could you put me in contact with the person who books speakers or works with outside contractors in your organization? Oh, Kevin, this is your lucky day. It's me. I'm one of the committee members. Oh, great. You know, now it's opening up the conversation. This is the exact verbiage, Marlon, that has booked me thousands of speaking engagements. This is what you want to say. Great. Every time it's your turn to speak, the first word out of your mouth should be great. I don't care if they say, who are you? Man, I get 10 calls like this a day. I don't, listen, I'm a busy person. Great. I understand we're short on time. However, the reason for my call is I wanted to see if you were the person who could put me in contact with the person who works with outside speakers for your organization. Now that'll get you past the gatekeeper. Okay, that's not me. That would be Ms. James. Okay, great. Would Ms. James have an extension or would she have a direct number? Hold, please. A lot of times they just have a job. They're just doing their job to be a gatekeeper. If it is the person who you're supposed to be talking to, all you want to say is, great. The reason for my call is, Marlon, what did I just say to you?
I'm direct to the point. I'm not wasting your time.
What did I just say, Marlon? The reason for my call is. That should be the first word out of your mouth after they say, yes, I'm the key committee member. How can I help you? Great. Gregory, the reason for my call is, right? That's called a lead word. You are going to lead them where you want them to go. It's very important that you manage the sales cycle and take control from beginning to the end. You don't let the conference coordinator take control of the sales cycle. Marlon, look at it like this. You have something that's hot. They just don't realize it yet. It's your job to make them realize that this is, in fact, this does have value. So you're going to move forward with the sales cycle. You're going to let them know, hey, the reason for my call is I'm an international consultant and I work with companies like yours on a regular basis to deal with the litany of challenges that we face in the world of leadership development. If you have a few minutes, Gregory, I'd love to be able to help you solve some of these challenges that you face in your organization on a day-to-day basis. Does that sound okay? And he says, well, first of all, Marlon, this is what he's thinking, because everybody else calls him trying to just go in for the kill. Hey, this is Kevin T. Robertson. I'm a motivational speaker. And listen, the reason why I'm calling is because I know you got this conference coming up. And listen, I'm telling you, I know how to motivate people. And this is the reason why you should hire me. Inc. Wrong answer. That'll get you hung up on. All it's going to do is irritate and piss off the target buyer. Marlon, am I making sense thus far?
Yes, sir. You are making sense.
Watch this, Marlon, the key words. And this is right there in the script in module 2. So watch this. A lot of people want to make up the words. Do not use your own verbiage. Marlon, why would you want to use your own verbiage when I've created verbiage that works over and over and over again? And I know exactly how to get past the gatekeeper. I know exactly what to say to them so I can keep them engaged on the phone so I won't get hung up on. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
The reason for my call is I work with companies like yours on a regular basis. I'm an international business consultant. Don't say anything to them about being a speaker. The more you talk about speaking, the less speaking you're going to get. Oh, y'all didn't hear me on that one. The more you talk about speaking, the less speaking engagements you're going to get. You got to talk about value. I'm an international consultant. You're letting them know I work with companies like yours on a regular basis. Listen to the verbiage, Marlon. Would you want to hang up on me, or does that sound like it has value to you?
It has value.
I work with companies like yours on a regular basis to deal with the litany of challenges that we face. See, I didn't say the word you. I said we, because I run an organization too. I have to deal with leadership challenges. I have to deal with time management, organizational skills, infrastructure issues, technology. All of it comes under management. And what is that? Leadership, which is the #1 bookable and most requested topic at conferences, corporate meetings, and events worldwide. Marlon, when you get a chance to master it, because I've done it so many times, as you can hear. I mean, I'm consciously unconscious when I speak. I don't even have to think about it. And when I'm talking to the target buyer, please, they don't even stand a chance. This is the level of skill that we can teach you on the Speaker Focus platform. Marlon, this is what I do to people sometimes when they try to, they try to get a little extra aggressive when they're talking to me and they don't understand the high level of communication that I have. What I tell people when they try to break me off with some disrespect, I tell them, listen, you don't have the skill and I don't have the time. So don't even try it with me. You understand, Marlon? We're going to teach you the skill so the target buyer is not even prepared to deal with you on your level because it's so professional and it has so much value. So remember, I work with companies like yours on a regular basis to deal with the litany of challenges that not I, Marlon, we face in the world of leadership development. You're letting them know you're in it with them. And by the way, we have students that are booking speaking engagements through COVID-19, and you have got to partner with the conference coordinator if you expect to get bookings. You got to offer, you got to have a different feather in your cap. We all have to work through this thing together. They're not canceling events, they're just pushing events back. As you can see, if the event was in July, what's happening? They're trying to fit it in November or December before the year is out or the top of the year. We're working through COVID and we're getting better. We're desensitized to it now. We're all used to it. So Marlon, what I'm saying is I am on the phone to work in the capacity to build trust with the gatekeeper or the person who is directly responsible for booking speakers. I'm working in the capacity as a consultant, bro. I didn't mention anything about them booking me to speak. Did you hear anything about that yet?
No.
Did I ask you for a speaking engagement?
Not yet.
I'm calling to offer help to you. If you have a few more minutes, Gregory, I have a pen in my hand, and you might throw them off because they're not used to people asking them that. They may say, well, Kevin, I'm not sure what you need from me. Well, Marlon, if you have a few minutes, I just want to ask you a few questions. If you could it would help me out tremendously. This verbiage is in the script, by the way, Marlon. It would help me out tremendously if you would explain to me some of the scenarios that you're going through right now. And then I'd be more than happy to give you some strategies from my signature programs to remedy those challenges. I mean, Marlon, I'm simply the best you've ever seen in your life at this. And I'm going to teach you how to do it as well, because literally the conference coordinator is going to get that value from you, boss. And when they do, guess what he's going to say? He's going to say, oh, wait a minute. He's calling to help me? He's not calling, begging me for a speaking engagement like 20 other jackwagons that wasted my time earlier today. This is the only person. Marlon, I have data, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Hard data. Thousands of conference coordinators I've spoken to. I know how they think. I know how they walk. I know how they talk. I know what makes them happy. I know what pisses them off. When you call them, let me tell you something. They will literally parade you around when you actually get to the speaking engagement. If it's a woman, she's gonna grab your arm and she's gonna walk you around to all the committee members, all of the conference. She's gonna know, because she's so proud that she hired you because you did something to help her first. See, listen to me carefully, Marlon, and then I'll answer any more questions or concerns that you may have. My number one goal is to make the conference coordinator look number one. That's my number one goal. I want to make her or him happy first. Because if you don't do a good job at adding value, she's not going to give you the key to unlock the gate to put you in front of her target audience. Let me be clear, Marlon. The target buyer is the conference coordinator, committee member, event planner, key decision maker, somebody that sits on the board. That's the target buyer. They're in charge of the budget. But the target audience, you have to get permission from the target buyer so they can put you in front of the target audience. And they're not going to do that, bro, unless you build trust. And it all starts with your words. Remember, communication equals negotiation. So the whole time I'm sitting there talking to him, Marlon, I'll go ahead and wrap this up and I'll get through the sales cycle. Your number one goal is to get them to accept your sales tools. But again, so many speakers are so unprepared. You know, conference coordinators like, okay, well, you know, hey, my email address is on the website. Send me your website. And you know what a motivational speaker's thinking? Oh, I don't have a website. So what are you going to be able to send them? See, before you start talking to target buyers, you got to have the whole thing built out first. That's what this whole thing is about. So now, after you finish, after he says whatever it is that he says, and Marlon, it's going to sound like a broken record sometimes. The conference coordinator is going to be on the phone, and they're going to be snitching on everybody in the organization. They're going to be telling on everybody. They're going to tell you all of the pain points that they're going through. And it all sounds the same, Marlon. Everyone's dealing with the same thing. Listen carefully. Everybody on the platform, listen to me carefully right now, especially those of you who are in the corporate and association market. 82 to 97% of the problems in any business stem from ineffective communication. So if you have a communication-based program, which you should have, you're going to remedy many of these challenges. So Marlon, he's going to run through about 5 to 10, potentially 15 core things. It's always going to sound the same, Marlon. They're going to say, we have an issue with communication with our supervisors. Our frontline employees don't have the resources. We lack the funding. We overwork. We're burnout. There's a time management, organizational issue going on. There's a conflict management issue. The executives are only listening at 43.2%, and they're not listening to the frontline employees. We have a systems problem. We have an operations problem. Sales is languishing 17.8% because of X, Y, and Z. This is the stuff that they're going to tell you. I mean, I could literally talk about corporations have massive amounts of dysfunction. And it's your job as the speaker. Let me get close. You, everybody out there. It's your job. It's our job to remedy these challenges and help cure this dysfunction. You're like a doctor with your signature programs. You're going to write them a prescription that's going to remedy their situation. Now, Marlon, as they're speaking to you and he's rambling and babbling, you're going to let him talk. You're going to sit back and you're going to let him talk. So you got to have some patience, ladies and gentlemen. And I suggest you have a pen in your hand and he's going to tell you, and this is what you're going to say afterwards. You're going to say, Gregory, I want to thank you for sharing that with me. I know it's not easy to be vulnerable and you don't know who I am. Now, I'm just going to share some signature programs with you that will directly address what you just told me about. Now, I designed a signature program entitled Focus-Based Leadership. And inside of Focus-Based Leadership, it will address the communication challenges that you have in your organization. I can teach your organization things like, I can also show them, I'm also going to talk to you about, you see, Marlon, and all you're going to do is fill in the blanks with everything from your signature programs. And then at the very end, Marlon, after you finish taking them to school, because that's what your job is at that point. You say you're a speaker, show me. You say you're a facilitator or a teacher or an on-site trainer, show me. You should be giving them what I call a mini seminar. And if you can't, you're not ready to talk to the target buyer. At the very end, you're going to bring your voice almost down to a whisper. I want everybody to come in close. So you're going to say, now, Gregory, based upon the strategies I share with you from my signature programs, do you feel like this is something that has value to your organization? Marlon, if you've been stumbling around the desert for 2 years and you haven't had anything to drink, you think if I have a big pitcher of ice water and I give you a cup, you think you want me to pour you some in there?
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's, you put the target buyer, Marlon, in a very difficult position to tell you no, or to at least say, oh, this is what they're going to say, Marlon. Let me give you some direct data. Because when I'm doing the talking, here's exactly what they say. Oh, Kevin, my God, I have 4 pages of notes in front of me. See, I helped them out personally first. Now they're excited. Listen, Kevin, how can I get some more information? You know what? That's exactly where I was getting ready to go. With your permission, I wanted to get your email address so I could send you over some information so you and your other committee members could take it under consideration. Now, you're going to listen back, repeat back the email address. Don't assume that you heard a T when it's a B, right? Let me see. Is that Gregory@ibm.com? Is that correct? Gregory, Gregory at IBM, like IBM, the IBMcomputers.com, correct? Yes, that is correct. Okay, great. Now, what I'm going to be sending you is the How to Engage document. It has everything in there to book me logistically from top to bottom so you can understand the services that I offer. It'll also have the speaker info kit, a speaker video demo, and it'll also have a link to my website that will answer any additional questions that you or your other committee members may have. Gregory, one final question. When would be a good time to follow up with you? Let's say, would Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern work, or would Thursday at 4 p.m. work better? Kevin, I'm going to take the 4 p.m. on Thursday. What time zone are you on, Gregory? Oh, I'm on Central Time. Okay, so that's 5 p.m. for me, and that would be 4 o'clock for you, Central. Would that be correct? Yes, it is. Gregory, thanks so much. I look forward to following up to you. And share the link with your other committee members. Boom. Your only job is to get them to accept the sales tools. And that is how you go through the process, ladies and gentlemen, of connecting with the target buyer and building trust through your words. Now, Marlon, before I move on to somebody else on my next point, could you tell me what you learned throughout that communication interaction? And I was speaking like the target buyer. I'm giving you an insight on how you should manage that situation to have success. Does that sound like something that verbiage that you can use to get past the gatekeeper, or when you get the target buyer on the phone, to let them know you're not wasting their time? Tell me what your biggest takeaways were out of that interaction.
Biggest takeaway is to lead the conversation.
That's right.
And from leading the conversation, then you invite a listening ear so that you can help resolve a value-added problem that they're going to share with you.
They all have the same problem, Marlon.
Yes.
All of them. None of them are different, bro. If you have problems on your job, so do they. And they all are based around the same thing. Go ahead so far. I don't think you were finished, but you're doing a great job. Takeaways are very big, because if you're not giving me no takeaways, that means you're not learning anything. And if you're not learning, that's not your fault. That's my fault.
So because of the evidence that we already know that approximately 82 to 97% is ineffective communication,
correct,
and that we can at least start with some core issues that you're challenged with today.
Yep.
And then once you listen to what they're challenged with, you share your signature ideas that you would be able to present.
Those are called signature programs, Marlon. Those are called signature programs. Mm-hmm.
The signature program.
Correct.
And those signature programs should also provide them a pad of notes that they can now start making an a la carte or a smorgasbord of selection as to how they would like you to come in once you are ready to present a close to them to look at your information.
Exactly. And guess what, Marlon? I'm glad you brought that up, because we are not ready to close. We are just presenting the sales tools and the social proof, which will do all the talking. Remember, motivational speakers talk too much. They don't have any sales tools. They don't have a website. If they do, it's horrible. Mostly 80% of them aren't put together the right way with one call to action. They don't have a proper speaker video demo. And definitely 95% of the speakers that I talk to have never, ever heard of a speaker info kit. They don't know what it is. Now, a lot of people have heard of a speaker one sheet, but not an entire speaker info kit. So these are the things, these are tools that the conference coordinator, you heard what I said. The email that I'm going to send you is going to answer any additional questions that you or your other committee members may have. Now, that's very difficult to say no to, Marlon, and especially when you try to do whatever you could do to help them out. And that's the difference between a professional speaker who is a specialist, subject matter expert, leading authority, and a trusted advisor. When I tell you these strategies work, and I'm the world's #1 speaker coach, bro, do you understand now? If you didn't know, now do you know?
Yes, I know.
There we go. And I want you to have the same confidence in what you do. You're going to be #1 in what you do. And I'm going to help you get there. It's plain and simple. You got any other questions or comments?
Just thank you.
You're very welcome. Give my best to Lisa, okay?
I will.
All right, boss. Talk to you real soon. Okay, we got Denzil. I believe he has another question. Denzil, you have your hand up. Denzil, unmute, brother, and give me your question or comment.
Hey, Coach. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I had taken off the raised hand, but you brought up a very important point. So for a beginner speaker like myself, who doesn't know anything at all, but is just trying to work out, trying to find a way, trying to find a path, right? And doesn't have, like, just like you said, don't have a website, don't have any like referrals or anything like that. How would you what advice would you give me if I'm trying to approach a target buyer?
If you're trying to approach a target buyer right now without a website or any sales tool.
Yes.
Well, the only conversation that you should be having with the target buyer, if you are not prepared, is trying to learn more about what they do. Now, this is, Denzil, I understand you're a young man. I started speaking when I was 18. I know you're 24. So what I'd say to you is this. Okay, that may be true that you are not ready to start talking to them about booking speaking engagements because we need to refine your topics. I mean, I'm talking a ton of work to do. So you are prepared and ready for them. However, we do have a strategy right there in module 2 that does talk about, you literally can set up the beginnings and the makings of a podcast. And I don't want to hear anything about you need equipment, because you don't. You just need a phone, and you can get a freeconferencecall.com number. And what I would do if I were you, Denzil, I would get a list. You can go on the internet, you can type in leadership conference coordinators, or you can, if you have LinkedIn preferred, you have a sales navigator in there. It comes with a search optimization tool, and you can attract conference coordinators like that. You can do an organic outreach to them. What I would do if I were you, any of you, and see, I'm going to say this, but many of you are not going to want to do it. You know why? Because it's going to feel uncomfortable. Denzil, what I would do if I were you is I would start getting a list of conference coordinators through COVID right now. Get you a Zoom account, do a split screen, and interview the conference coordinator. Don't talk about anything. Listen, I have a show that highlights conference coordinators and what the conference industry is all about. You're going to ask them questions like this, Denzil. What do you look for when you're hiring a speaker? You can have a signature program. What turns you on? What turns you off? Oh, I hate it when speakers do this. Bro, they're going to give you the entire game plan. Do you know how I learned how to flip over 600 houses as a real estate investor? I've been a real estate investor since I've been 22. That year I owned 4 houses in 1 year, right? So I got good at being a real estate investor because I talked to the loan officers, I talked to the underwriters, I talked to the settlement officers, I talked to the title people, I talked to the pest control people, I talked to the people on the interior of who ran the business. I talked to the hard money lenders, I talked to all other investors who knew how to put deals together from the inside out. The speaking business is no different. You should be spending time right now. And for those in the cheap seats that's not listening to me, listen to me carefully. If you're inside and everybody else is inside, and you could go right now to freeconferencecall.com and get a number. You can set up a Zoom account. Spend a little bit of money on that right now. You don't even have to spend money on the free conference call. Well, what's going to happen at the end of the Zoom call and the end of the free conference call? The free conference call, they're going to turn it into an audio. You're going to take that audio and then start building up your list. If you start doing that right now, you will have a list of hundreds of conference coordinators who you have interviewed about this. See, y'all aren't hearing what I'm saying right now. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to stop talking because you're not listening. You're going to have a list of conference coordinators, and you have real data, Denzil, and you're going to know what they like and what they don't like. Denzil, you think you could pass the test if you got the answers already? You can unmute the answer because I think you cut it off to minimize the background noise. I appreciate it. But this speaker focus, we have the answers to the test to teach you how to pass when you're talking to the conference coordinator. I mean, you can say it. Yeah. Everybody knows. I'm number one. We're geniuses. It's never been done before. Thank you, Dr. Glenn. It's always a pleasure to see you there. If I can help you out with anything, don't hesitate. Denzil, you unmute so I can get some feedback what I just told you.
Yes, I heard you. Clear as day.
Okay.
Yes, I'm definitely. Go ahead.
So the key is this, Denzil. Are you willing to set up a Zoom, right? Are you willing to are you willing to set up the freeconferencecall.com number? And this is all free, bro. It's called research, market research. You've got to learn how to talk to these target buyers. I'm going to do my job to teach you, but you gotta work out all the bugs. Now watch this, Denzil. You're not even going to go in and ask for a speaking engagement. That's the beautiful part about it. If you're young or old, you want to learn more about your market in specific, just get them on the phone to interview them. They will help you become better at this business. Go ahead, Denzil. I believe you had something else you wanted to interject.
No, that was just it. That was because that was one of my main concerns. Like, how do I get that ball going? How do I get that ball rolling? You know, because it's not like I have a whole list of people. I don't.
Okay.
So that was my main concern. Like, how do I do that? And okay. I'm already good at just like going and connecting with people easily. But how do I get to the gatekeepers? How do I get into that circle?
Oh, that's why we're doing this topic tonight. Now, Denzil, here's the key. Are you now willing to compile a list and start talking to conference coordinators every single week? See, if your world is like my world, all I talk to is speakers and conference coordinators, meeting and event planners, chair members, committee members, coaches, consultants, service providers, subject matter experts, leading authorities, trusted advisors, and specialists. I could go on and on and on. That is my world. All I do is absorb and consume the professional speaking industry and everything that has to go in it and everything that makes the machine run. So the main thing, I told you, forget about friends, Denzil, in this business. I don't give a damn about having friends. All I want to do is connect with the conference coordinator. And I want to do what I could do to be of value to them. Believe me, bro, you aren't going anywhere when you have value. Do you have any other questions or comments?
No, that was it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
You're very welcome. Listen, I'm going to help you develop that strategy and I'm going to hold you accountable. So Denzil, here's the thing. When are you going to have your freeconferencecall.com number set up? And when are you going to set up a Zoom account? I have a script that I can send you to talk to the conference coordinators. All you're going to do is ask them 10 interview questions. It could be the same 10 questions every single time. All of them are going to answer it differently. And that's how you're going to start collecting your data. You got me?
Yes, coach, I got you. I'm going to definitely set up that at the end of this week. Make sure I get it down pack and report it to you right away.
Yeah, the end of the week is not a date. What date are you going to have it set up?
Friday. Friday,
there we go, the 24th. Okay, we'll get that set up and make sure you reach back out to me so I can get you that script so you know exactly. And I apologize, it's already uploaded, I believe, in module number 6, but don't worry about it. I'll make sure that we have it on the platform so everybody can access it, okay?
Awesome.
No problem, boss. Talk to as many conference coordinators as you can. Okay, Brian Rehorn has a question. Brian said he's writing down so much stuff he can barely keep up. Okay, Brian, let's see. Okay, brother, allow Brian to talk. Brian, you're hot with KTR. Speaker focus. Talk to me.
Yeah, Kevin, what was that link for to obtain that list for the conference coordinators? You mentioned something about you can go out and grab it so you could interview them.
Yeah, now listen, well, the first link was the freeconferencecall.com. Okay, that's just going to get you the ability to record your call if you don't know how to do it through your phone. Okay, the reason why you want to do that is because it will send you a MP3 file or audio file after the call is over, and then you could send that back to them, they're not going to forget you if you interview them, right? The other thing was just set up a Zoom account so it will record on Zoom and send you a video of it. Now you're collecting content as well, which is what I always tell you that you need. Now, the other thing was the LinkedIn preferred.
I have a Zoom account.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. But remember, the other thing was LinkedIn preferred. It comes with a sales navigator. Now, that's different from your basic LinkedIn. So now you could literally start searching leadership conference coordinators or whatever your niche is, and you can start connecting directly with them. Now, there's a strategy behind that, Brian, which we have on the platform as well. There is like an outreach template of a message that you're going to send them so it doesn't piss them off. It's like a soft approach. And it's also a video approach strategy that we have as well that is working big time. Nobody sends video through LinkedIn, and that's what you should be doing. But there's a way to do it the right way so you can start just breaking the ice and having a conversation with them about adding value instead of trying to get the booking. That's not what we're doing. We're adding value first. We're having a break the ice conversation to see if it will be a good fit. How do you even know you're a good fit for the organization? And most speakers aren't, because all they're doing, they're selfish. They're talking about what they want. It's not about what you want. It's about how you can help the conference coordinator. You're going to hear me say it 1 billion times on this platform. Y'all better smarten up and listen to what I'm saying, or you're going to get the biggest punch in your face. We are preparing you. Don't think you're smarter than the system. Follow the steps and do not reinvent the wheel. Brian, is there any other question or concern that I can help you with?
On Zoom. All right, so if I go on LinkedIn Preferred and the sales, I can put in search for addiction conference coordinators, and I'll get a list that's on Zoom.
Correct. You should get a list, and you can refine the list just like you got to play around with it, just like when you're doing a Google search. You got to become good at being able to, when you put the search in for the thing that you want, is that the exact person? And Brian, this is what we're going to talk about on our mastermind call tomorrow. We're going to talk about refining your niche, right? Which we know is the recovery niche. So you have a clear direction, which is great. And I love. And I took a cursory glance at some of your headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. They look beautiful, by the way. You did a great job. We're just going to take those topics now and make sure that we pick the right target market and then attract the right target buyer who would be interested in listening to the value proposition that you have. That's what we're going to do.
You know, and I need that, because listening to you now, I mean, I do these practices now when I talk to doctors, and it doesn't matter who I'm talking to. I was on the phone with Angie's List, and I got past the gatekeeper there. I got past the gatekeeper and Toastmasters. Exactly. You make a personal connection right away.
Correct.
And that's it. You're off and running.
That's it. And Brian, I'm glad you brought that point up, because what you have prior to coming to Speaker Focus, and this is why we love working with professionals like yourself, because you already, like Brian, you have a very distinct confidence about you. You are not afraid to talk. That's why you've been a successful entrepreneur before in the past. So that's a skill, Brian, that you're going to take right over here. You hear the similarities in my voice. You have confidence in your voice when you speak. It's just, here's what's difficult for people, Brian, and I got to give you credit to this, bro. I know you got a huge ego just like me, but you realized you had to go to the bottom of the hill, and you said, hold up, there's something KT or Austin knows that I don't know. That's the whole reason why you wanted to get on our platform. Now, all you're going to do is just learn the very micro-specific formula, the micro-specific languaging. Do not deviate from the script. Take that confidence that you have. Take the articulation, the very unique way in which you speak, and the connection that you know how to make with people, Brian. And that's what you're going to take to the target buyer. And now you're going to go out there and deliver that value. Bro, let me tell you something. This is why we build leaders on the Speaker Focus platform. And you're one of them. And I'm excited to work with you because you're not wasting any time. Marlon, by the way, Marlon, when we know that people are very serious like you, Brian, Marlon hasn't even technically onboarded within the coaching program, but he wanted to get in so bad. I said, you know what, you need, you're more than welcome to participate in our group call. Now, Marlon, I want you to listen to this carefully. Brian hasn't even, the ink has barely dried on him accepting his invitation to join Speaker Focus. He hasn't even been in this program, I guarantee you, not even 7 to 10 days, and he's already created his signature programs, right? I have a call with him tomorrow so we can go over every single bullet in finite detail. Marlon, he's an example of what you told me you wanted to do. You want me to hold you accountable? Brian is a measuring stick for how hard you need to go and jump right in there and deal with feeling uncomfortable. Brian, let me ask you a question. Based upon the session that you were on last week, did that help you go through your signature programs and come up with the topics? Because it looked like you jumped in there and did a great job on it.
I just focused on, as a matter of fact, I was talking about that today with someone, how you, I'll just say, you held my feet to the fire. You held me accountable. You got me to dig down to the pain. Don't give me the, how do they say it, the Evelyn Wood speed speaking course of lip service. You made me go back and do the work, dig deep to convey a message through the pain and experience that I survived.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because that's what the people need. And like I said, I took a cursory glance at it today, and I could see the structure, and I could see you put some effort into it. This is why we're here, Brian. Once you finish going through the steps and you follow the formulas, this is my goal for everybody.
Well, my goal is to meet you in Arizona someday.
We definitely gonna make that happen. Matter of fact, I believe Marlon's out there in Arizona. We got a couple other clients out there in Arizona. We're gonna make that, and me and Austin to be out there. We'll make it happen. Don't worry about it.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just gearing up to do what I've been doing all along. Do the work. Don't be afraid of it. Get into here. I have it written down right here. What was on the call last week.
Mm-hmm.
The business part is hard and painful. Love the process. Delayed gratification, the best to receive.
Absolutely. I love that, Brian. Yo, those are some notes that those are some great words to live by, bro. Thank you for sharing that.
That's what I wrote down from 7/14/20.
Wow.
I got it sitting right here. And I also got a picture of Monument Valley too on my vision board.
Okay. All right, I got you. Did you have any other questions or comments, Brian?
I'm good. I'll save them for tomorrow. I'm good right now.
We're hot. I'll catch you tomorrow morning, I believe, at 10 a.m., right? No, it's 11 a.m.
Hold on. Let me look here.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m.
11, yes.
Yep. Catch you on the mastermind call tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll get it all straight for you, okay?
Sounds good to me. Sounds like a plan.
Yes, sir. Hey, oh, by the way, everybody, I believe Austin, here's a link for the video to break down how to find conference coordinators on LinkedIn. Austin has put a link right there in the chat box. If you want to find out how to connect with conference coordinators on LinkedIn, there is a link right there inside the chat box. Go and check it out. Now, just make sure that you are prepared. We will make sure that you have access also to the outreach document, but Austin's going to break it down to you in there. All right, now, let's see. Brian, could you lower your hand, please? And I'm going to get back in here if anybody else has any additional questions. Now, where did I leave off? We were talking about getting past the gatekeeper. We were talking about going through the, managing the sales cycle properly. Ladies and gentlemen, these strategies, they work big time. And as you can hear, like when you get good at it like that, you're going to have the confidence to move forward to talk to anybody. Dr. Glenn has a question. Okay, let me see. I don't see her. Okay, but we can allow her to talk. Dr. Glenn, you have a question or comment? Could you unmute yourself?
I did. Can you hear me?
There we go, Dr. Glenn. Hey, Antoinette.
Hey, how are you? I'm going a little backwards, and I apologize for that. And,
don't apologize. We'll cover all of it. Tell me what you need.
Let me tell you what's been going on with me.
Okay.
Besides the fact that I haven't buckled down the way that I should. It's that whole thing.
Okay.
But the bottom line is I shouldn't say I'm stuck.
Okay.
Because I speak at conferences and stuff all the time professionally.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to standing and recording myself speak, for some reason, I don't know what happens. I'm overthinking.
Yes, that has a lot to do with it, Antoinette.
So that's where I'm stuck. I'm stuck there because I can spend all day trying to do one video of my signature program.
Okay.
And my passion is with all of them, so it should come out when I speak. But when I reel back and listen to myself, it's like I'm more focused on saying the right thing rather than letting it flow naturally. So I just wanted some advice on that.
Okay, now, okay, some things is going to correct that. And I talked about this last week.
Right, I was up there.
Yeah, I talked, it's okay. No, I talked about it last week because, you know, we bring these things up is that sometimes, and you know, Dr. Glenn, you intellectuals skim over the technical aspects of speaking that we talk about in module number 1.
Right.
And one of the things in there is making sure that the reason why you're overthinking it is because you're not familiar with your signature programs. If you knew your signature programs, you wouldn't have to overthink it. Now, do you want me to just test you right now to see what you know about your signature programs or not? Now, the stuff that when you speak professionally, watch this. Watch this. This is a real good example. Now, I'm not trying to put you on the spot.
That's fine.
I want to help you.
Okay.
So when you speak professionally, what do you speak about when you're at conferences? What do you speak about?
I am training principals, assistant principals, superintendents on new programs that are coming out to the system. When we had that race to the top in Common Core, and we got the new science standards because that's my specialty, science.
Gotcha.
I went around to each different district and I helped train those principals and their leadership teams and their teachers about the new programs that are coming out. So I know the content. I get what you're saying.
There we go. You hear what you just said?
Yeah.
You hear what you just said? I know the content for my professional job.
Yes.
Well, your other professional job is being a professional speaker. Okay.
Right.
Now, Antoinette, I can guarantee you it's because you have not studied your signature programs. You do not know them by heart. Those signature programs are not inside of you. So when you get in front of the video, you're like, what am I supposed to say? Right. That's part of the problem. Now, watch this. Watch this. When you're doing the science and you're speaking, you're going to all of the different locations and you're doing the trainings. You have a curriculum laid out, correct?
Yes.
You did you write the curriculum, or is it something that the school system provided that you're supposed to deliver?
The state of Maryland provided.
So it's the same thing. Everywhere you go, you're teaching the same thing. Am I correct?
Yes.
So you basically know what page this topic is going to be. You don't really have to look at the workbook anymore. Am I right?
No, because after the first or second time, it's just rolling. I'm just rolling.
Okay, Antoinette. Well, when are you going to learn your signature programs like you know your stuff at work? That's what I want to know. And that's what the issue is with everybody. Okay. See, the cat got your tongue because you're not familiar with the content. Antoinette, you need to listen, auditory learning is a very important part of memorization. You've got to read your signature programs out loud every single day. I'm talking like 15 minutes or half an hour. Just do that every day. And eventually you're going to know those signature programs just like you do the content. Antoinette, let me ask you a question. And Antoinette, everybody's in our old one-on-one coaching program. She's in our mastermind group. So this is what I want you to know. I want to ask you this. Do you ever ask yourself, where does KTR get all this knowledge from? How was he able to just give information after information without stumbling and stuttering? Have you ever asked yourself that before?
It's experience. It's doing that over and over. You've done it so long, you can talk about it in your sleep.
I don't even have to think about this stuff. Now,
right.
That's the reason why, if I had to explain to you what my signature programs are, I could talk to you for another 3 years about one topic. And that's what the issue is. Now, Antoinette, here's what I would do if I were you. There are many things in your curriculum that you're teaching on a regular basis for your job that you could integrate into your presentation when you're doing your video. There are many things that you can do. See, those are the things that you're very familiar with. You watch this. I want you, excuse me, I want you to, now I have seen some of the videos, but I want you to not turn in any videos for about 2 weeks. I want you to try to practice 15 minutes or half an hour. Now, Antoinette, here's where it takes discipline. You know what you told me at the beginning of the call?
What did I tell you?
You said you've been playing around.
Yes. Yes.
You said you haven't been real focused. So watch this. I love your workout videos, by the way. They're very inspiring.
I got to get ready because when I go stand in front of people, I want to be in shape.
That's right. You want to be on point. And you also got to be in shape. If you're going to be doing facilitation,
right,
especially 4 to 8 hour programs, it really helps tremendously as a speaker when your abs are and your stomach muscles and your diaphragm, you're pushing it from the bottom. It really helps tremendously and takes less strain off your voice when you're speaking. So remember this, is I want you to do nothing for 2 weeks except for practice for 15 minutes or half an hour every day with your signature programs. Okay, signature program number 1 is focus-based leadership. The bullets under focus-based leadership, read them, say them out loud. Make a video of yourself while you are, now it doesn't have to be perfect, but just like, do you have a tripod for your phone?
No, I just ordered one, so it should be here tomorrow. I have Prime.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. Prime is, you can get a tripod for like 21 bucks or something like that. Put the tripod, put the phone on the tripod, read your signature programs. Now watch this. Do you have the connection while you're in your car that you can plug in like the aux cable to hear the audio?
Yeah, I do.
Everywhere you go. Instead, now watch this, Antoinette. When we get in the car, we love to do what? Listen to what?
Music.
Forget about music. You already know the words to Frankie Beverly and Maze Before I Let Go. If I start singing it right now, you make me happy. Come on, Antoinette, you know the words. Come on. This you can bear. Antoinette, you gonna leave me by myself? You stood right beside me.
I don't know all the words. I just
I do. And I know every word to every song when I'm getting in the car, when I turn on the oldie station. I've been there, done that. Do you know every word to your signature programs? You see? When you can learn it like that, you should be listening to yourself with your signature programs like you're listening to the damn radio. And when you do, that's when you're gonna start turning the corner. Am I making sense?
You're making a whole lot of sense. It's finding balance again. It's really finding balance, and that's what I need.
That's what I said, Antoinette. I didn't say an hour. I said just 15 minutes or half an hour. If you can do more, do it. That's all I want you to do. And please schedule a call with me coming up soon. So as soon as you get those signature programs tight, I need to get you refocused. Schedule a call with me.
Okay.
You got the link, right, for the one-on-one?
Yes.
Okay. I'll be talking to you real soon.
Yes, you will.
I love you. Keep up your videos too.
Thank you. I love you too.
Okay. Okay, everybody, let's see. Do we have anybody else? Nobody else has a question to ask right now, so I'm going to keep on talking. Okay, now, let's get in here and, let me back up. I love it when they have questions. Now, remember, let me recap of what this is all about. Marlon, you're very welcome, sir. You're very welcome. Welcome to Speaker Focus as well. How to build trust with conference coordinators and get past the gatekeepers. Let me do like a bit of a recap here. There are some things that I want you to remember, and I want you to remember these things as you're writing them down, that we address every single one of them on the Speaker Focus platform. You don't have to have the answers to the questions. That's what me and Austin are here for. It's not your job to come up with the answers for the question, it's our job. But the content is there. If you want to get better at the technical aspects of speaking and work on your memorization skills, go back in module number 1. See the issue that a lot of you have when you're educated and you do your job at a very high level. A lot of you are interested in just feeling comfortable all the time. And I'm telling you, that's not going to be your area of growth. I'm not interested in feeling comfortable. Now, when I'm in my massage chair, I want to feel comfortable. When I'm sleeping in the bed at night, I want to feel comfortable. When I'm sleeping on the couch and taking a nap, I want to feel comfortable. I'm not interested in being comfortable in business, because that's when, you know, you're not going to perform at your best if you're feeling comfortable. Now, it gets easier, but it always should be hard. Hard just becomes easier if you're listening to what I'm saying to you. Forget about television. Forget about talking to your dumbass friends on the phone. They can't help you. The only person who's going to help you is me and Austin and yourself. And if you start going over your signature programs, then you will start seeing a difference with the practice repetitions. Thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and millions and millions and millions of practice repetitions is what it takes to become a successful speaker. If you want to be on this platform and thrive, I'm here to help you do that. You want to go slow? We can go slow. You want to go super fast, like you got high octane fuel in your gas tank? We can do that too. You hear students every week admitting that they get distracted. What do you think? You live by yourself?
No.
You think you don't have a family? You think you don't have a job and other responsibilities and bills and things of this nature? I think somebody still doesn't have their mute off. Is it Antoinette? Did you turn your mute off?
I didn't turn it off.
Okay, no problem. So I heard Antoinette go, yep. That's right. So we got real challenges that we're dealing with, everyone. But let me share this with you, and you might want to jot this down, because this is something that this way deep down in here that I believe. Your desire to get on stage to speak and learn this business has got to be greater than any challenge, difficulty, setback, limitation, thorn in your side that you're going through. If you want to be in the speaker business, you got to want this more than anything else, because everything else is a distraction. How are you supposed to focus on your signature programs and many other things you got to do when you got 5 other things working at the same time? Smarten up, everyone. If you got to start watching less television, then start watching less television. If you got to start listening to your favorite song, I love that Frankie Beverly and Maye song, by the way, but I've heard it literally 1 million times, because I used to be at the club every single day, and I'm listening to the old school station. But it came to the point when I didn't know what my topics were. Headlines, topics, titles, or descriptions. Is that the kind of speaker that you want to be? Because if you want a higher level, then I suggest you keep your face in this curriculum. And then any other piece of data you can get your hands on that's going to teach you about professional speaking, then I suggest you do that. And I suggest you talk to as many conference coordinators as you can. Now is the time, ladies and gentlemen. I have a quote I want to share with you. And I typically don't do this, but this is something that it reminded me. For a quote from Warren Buffett. I'm going to share it with you. And the quote is, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Let me say that again. This is a quote by Warren Buffett, who is one of my favorite investors of all time. Warren Buffett said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Now's the time to be greedy, everyone, because everybody's running scared because of COVID, not us. Our business has tripled throughout the COVID pandemic. Now is the time. It's like when the stock market goes bad. That's when you want to go in and get things undervalued. Well, you know what? The speaker business is very undervalued right now if you're not looking at it the right way. There is undervalued opportunity all over the place. You should be working on your speaker business right now. This is the kind of nonsense that I hear every day when I'm on strategy calls. Well, you know, KTR, man, I think I'm just going to ride out the COVID wave. Bro, I don't give a damn what you ride out. We got 600 people that want to be on our platform every single week. Does it look like I'm struggling to get some leads? I don't care whether or not you do it or you don't do it. But I tell you this, you're going to be having the same conversation with yourself 6 months from now and a year from now. And when your speaker business is still not off the ground, You don't have any wheels. You have no wings. There's no seats in your plane. People talking about putting gas in their plane. Let's talk about building the plane first before we can put some fuel in it. Because you aren't flying anywhere unless you learn all the finite detail of this business. I think Brian has his hand raised. I'm not sure if that's a mistake, but Brian maybe have another question. Brian, you can unmute yourself, boss. You have a question?
I do have another question.
No problem. That's what we're here for. How can I help?
This will be directed towards Austin.
Yes.
I watched last week's video twice. I was on the call and I watched it twice. What I like to do is go through and take notes, okay? But there's no way to stop it. Could that be set up, or I just got to watch it maybe 4 or 5 times?
No. Okay. Well, Austin's going to directly address that question right now and tell you what you need to do. He's a chief technical officer of Speaker Focus.
Okay, so you couldn't pause the video, you had to watch it all the way through?
Right.
And you were watching on YouTube, correct?
I'm not sure. I'd have to go back. No, I signed on to the Q&A from the site, the school site. I wasn't watching it on the question and answer I'm talking about.
Gotcha. Yeah, let me pull up the video. I'm gonna have you open it and see if it does it on YouTube for you.
Oh, the Q&A from last week. That's weird.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I just like to make I call it a cheat sheet, and just to, the finer points, like the quotes, like the link that you made. I have no problem in going, stopping it, going over with a fine tooth comb. But it was, I'm listening to myself talk. Fuck, if I got to watch it 6 times, I watch it 6 times.
Brian, that's
yeah, no, but I definitely.
He's dedicated.
Yeah. We want to make it as seamless as possible.
If we could streamline it, it would be much appreciated.
Yeah, of course. So I have it opened here. If you could click on both of those links and see if it's doing it for you there. It's allowing me to control, pause, and change positions on my end. But
that's the ticket.
You got it?
Yeah. Oh, that's the ticket right there. I'm gonna save this. All right, let me shut this off. Yeah.
And if you're watching them on school, make sure get on a desktop. That may make it easier rather than using your phone.
Well, no, I don't use the phone. I'm
okay.
Yeah, I'm strictly a laptop guy. Phones and me don't get along because of my disability with my fingers.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, let me look into that, because I definitely, like, if you're on school, all the videos posted in the future, I want to make sure that you don't have that issue. So I'll look into that technical issue. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, but if you can get me on YouTube, if I got these links and this will be available every week, I'll go to YouTube.
Yep. Cool.
That works for me.
Yep.
And it would be the same link, Austin, so to speak?
Yeah, it'll look the same. But I'm going to fix that issue. I'm going to look into that so you don't have to go to YouTube. You can just use our platform.
Okay. I'm just adding this to my my list here. I got a cheat sheet going right now with Word. Just cutting and pasting what you're telling me into Word. So, yeah, that'll work. Cool. Thank you, gentlemen.
Got you covered, Brian. You're very welcome, sir. Appreciate your effort too, man. Keep up the great work. Troy, let's do a little bit of tech talk coming up soon. I'm gonna do a recap of everything we talked about. What's important for all of you to understand and know is building trust with the conference coordinator and getting past the gatekeeper all boils down to several things. It boils down to that you need to have your speaker business set up the right way. And you need to make, Brian, take the raise hand feature down. Unless you got another question. There we go. Thank you, sir. All right. There are several things that you must remember when you are connecting with the conference coordinator. Remember, they're going to have a gatekeeper. And some of these gatekeepers are very savvy, especially on a higher level. They're very protective over their bosses some of these key decision makers. And this is the reason why, you know, you want to ramp up your digital marketing efforts, because it gives you more leverage. And then you don't have to do any outbound calls. We're going to teach you how to deal with it on every single level. We're going to teach you how to manipulate cold calling, how to manipulate direct mail, email, so you can get an email drip happening to them and stay in touch with the value-based service offering, the LinkedIn organic outreach automation strategy. We're talking about digital marketing as well, which is the most powerful form of advertising ever created in the history of business. If you're not thinking about running paid traffic eventually with your speaker business, I don't know what you're thinking about. It takes some people some time to be able to get up to that. However, as your speaker business grows, you got to reinvest into it. We are in an era of the internet where it is creating massive amounts of people that are well off and absolute explosions in revenue, because everyone is online and it's not going to be going backwards. It's all, technology is only going to move forward. We also are going to teach you about referral marketing, follow-ups after live performances, and also block bookings. Now, all of that is covered in module number 2. I want you to definitely keep this in mind. Wait a minute, I think we might have another question here. Norma has a question. All right, Norma, you're on live with KTR. How are you, Norma? We had some audio issues with you last week. I'm so glad to have you back. Take your audio off, Norma, so I can hear you, please. Norma, unmute.
Dang, what did I do with that?
There we go. I hear you, Norma. I hear you.
Oh, you do? Can you see
Yeah.
me?
No, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Oh, good. I'm glad you can't see me.
It's okay, Norma. How are you?
I'm doing good. I've been trying to get everything straight. I did my homework and everything, and haven't had any response from it.
Okay, you did your homework as far as your signature programs updated?
Yeah, I did that. That was on the 6th, I think. It was back in June. I haven't had any response. It's probably July. I'm not sure. But I did it. I'm not getting a response back. So I'm kind of on hold.
We must have missed that. You uploaded your signature programs through school and nobody responded.
Right.
Okay, well, obviously that's not your fault. That's ours. So tell me how I can help you. I'll look at your signature programs. And why haven't you tried to schedule a follow-up call with me? We're supposed to go over all of that stuff so we could advance and move forward. We're supposed to start moving forward to designing your speaker info kit. Am I correct?
Yeah, and the last time you told me that, and then I did after I finished this. Then I tried to schedule something. I forgot what happened. But you were supposed to look at it. You said you were going to look at it, and then I was going to schedule something after I make any changes or something like that.
Okay, well, I definitely need to look at your speaker info kit, all of the information that you had in there. I believe the last time that we were on the Zoom call, you made a deadline to finish your speaker info kit. So is that complete?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I did.
Okay, well, I need to take a look at it first. So let me ask you this. Is there any way you could upload it now? So I know that you upload. Did you upload it through school?
Yes.
All right. Try to upload it again through school, and I'll take a look at it tonight and give you some feedback. And also, you need to schedule a time with me so we can go over it. Okay,
now you're in a question and answer session. So that means you already had the session? Because I've been looking for you and it just popped up on my in my email.
No, this is live. This is live. We're on a live Zoom call right now. It's being recorded, but yeah.
What time did you start?
We started at 6 p.m. like we always do, Eastern.
It's 7 o'clock my time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and one more question. This is not about the program, but I have a question for Austin.
Okay. That's what we're here.
Last night I was doing some stuff. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had my phone across the room. My phone started ringing, and this guy picked up and said that I called him, and I didn't. It was 2 o'clock in the morning where he was. And I apologized. And then 2 days ago, I was talking to somebody on the phone. And when I got off the phone, when I was getting ready to put the phone down, I looked, and every word I said was typed out. What is, do you know, have you heard of that before? Can you tell me what's going on if you know?
I think there might be, both of those might be unrelated issues. I might be wrong though, but I would check for the first one you mentioned. I would check your call logs. Do you have an iPhone or Android?
I have an Android.
Okay, yeah, just go to your phone app and then see if you accidentally made an outgoing call to that person. Maybe you butt dialed them at some point.
But
I'd
I
check
didn't
that and then.
remember. I just met the guy on, we were talking on the internet about 2 days ago. And I don't know who he is. I don't know his phone number. I don't know where he lives or anything. And that's why I was surprised that this happened. And I was wondering if this has something to do with that 5 thing. That
The what thing?
Huh?
You said the what thing?
You know that 5, what do they call it? The 5 tower?
You mean the 5G?
5G, yeah. Does it have anything to do with 5G?
No, I'm not. I don't think so. I would check if you accidentally made a butt dial. Otherwise, he may have called just a random number and thought it was someone else. For that second issue, you might have. I know Android has a text or a speech to text feature that's pretty easily. It's easy to hit on the keyboard, so you may have hit that button. And it started when you were talking to someone on the phone, it started listening to what you were saying to them and writing that down as you were doing it. And you may have hit it with your cheek. That may have been an issue for that one, but I'm not sure.
That's what I was talking. I had the phone up to my face when I was talking to him.
Yeah, so I would try those 2 things and see, maybe that was the issue there.
Okay. And one more thing, back to Kevin. Kevin,
Yes, ma'am.
I've been trying to pay you all this month.
Okay, well, I tell you what, send me an email with the technical issues that you have. Send it to my personal email that you have, and we'll get the payment worked out and all your technical issues. And if I have to call you direct so we can get you on the schedule, and we'll work all this stuff out for you, Norma. Don't you worry about it, okay?
Yeah, because I've been having a lot of technical issues.
Yeah.
Getting this done, so I apologize.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Also,
one thing about you, we don't have to worry about you when it comes to money. You don't have to apologize at all. It doesn't matter what you're going through. We're here to go through it with you and to help you out as much as we can. So please send me an email. Send the email directly to me, and we will deal with every single bullet. And if I have to schedule the call directly myself until we work out what's going on with your phone and all this other kind of stuff, then that's what we're going to do.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Everybody.
I'll catch up with you real soon. Norma, send me that email so we can get on top of this week, okay?
Okay, I'll do it now.
Okay, don't you worry about it. We got you covered.
Thank you.
Yes,
Bye.
Bye-bye. Now, Troy, I'm gonna come back to Tech Talk. I'm gonna do a recap. Norma, lower your hand, please.
Okay.
And make sure you got your mute on.
Yeah.
All right, so, yep, she's muted. All right, now, let's do a recap. If anybody has any more questions, it doesn't mean I'm ending the call. It just means I'm, moving to getting ready to do Tech Talk with Austin. Now, how to build trust with the conference coordinators and get past the gatekeepers. I'm going to share this with you. Preparation is the most important thing. As in when you talk to the conference coordinator, you really want to put yourself in a position where you are so overly prepared to deal with them and control the interaction and be pleasant, be nice, use your people skills. A lot of you are great communicators already before you came on the platform. You're not horrible speakers. You have to remain an individual. What we're teaching you on the Speaker Focus platform, it doesn't matter what your challenges are. The goal is to work through these adversities. This is the world of business. It's painstaking. You heard Norma share some technical issues that she went through. She's having a struggle with technology. Well, we are here to help her with that. Some of you are going to struggle with something else. We all have our Achilles heel. Well, we have to help her deal with that so she's not apprehensive to move forward with whatever it is that she has to do. I already know every time me and Norma get on the phone, whatever it is, we work it out with her and we're able to clear it up and move forward. She shows dedication. And a lot of you are showing dedication. Maybe you got 50 reasons why you don't want to do it. Maybe you got reasons why it feels so uncomfortable for you to move forward on that thing. I'm telling you that the thing that you are afraid of the most is the thing that you must attack with force. Attack, or you're going to get attacked. Excuse me. Anything in life you do not meet with greater or equal force, it's going to steamroll right over top of you. So you got to deal with your adversities. You have to deal with these technical issues that you're dealing with, because this is all part of how you got to manage your speaker business. Also, you're going to deal with that question that Marlon just sent?
Yeah, I just responded. Marlon,
Okay.
Could you actually, Kev, could you unmute Marlon? Did we get Marlon onboarded yet?
No,
to the
not
program?
yet. Not yet. Wait a minute. Hold on for a second. Membership pending.
Hey, Marlon, where's oh, it looks like you muted him. Marlon, where does it say pending for you?
It is when it says speakerfocus.com, it shows for a private group, it says connect with fellow speakers, and it shows members, online rules, and it just says membership pending.
Ah, gotcha. That's for school.
Oh,
so did we get, yeah, I don't think I sent out an invite to all that stuff yet. Are we moved forward, ready to go? Kev?
We can do it offline here.
Yeah.
I know I have an appointment on Friday.
Yeah, we got an appointment on Friday,
gotcha.
Marlon. We'll make sure we take care of all that stuff on Friday, get you onboarded properly. You accept the terms of service, and will get you into school and go over all the logistics and stuff with you.
All right, thanks, sir.
You're very welcome. Look forward to talking to you on Friday. Okay, remember everyone, no matter what the adversity is that you're going through, this is business. And in business, if you don't have a solution, you're going to keep struggling in business. It is our goal on this platform. It is what we do every single day to help you overcome these obstacles. I don't care how stupid you think the question is. You are not a burden on us. We work out of a mode of service. Our number one priority is customer experience. And we demonstrate that every single day. That's all we care about. So it's just like any other business. You think Amazon is number one? Well, you think they don't go through, you don't think they go through some challenges? But they fix it. Now watch this. The guys at our house every other day, we're always ordering something, right? Because nobody wants to go anywhere. I'm like, I don't feel like going to the store. Stuff that I would normally buy at the store, let me get it from Amazon. Now, I order some supplements that I like to take from GNC, and I didn't get my supplements. So I sent GNC a message, and GNC said that they sent it. So they say, you have to deal with Amazon. We fulfilled the order. We don't know what you're talking about. So guess what? I sent a message to Amazon, and they just, whatever products that they claimed came to my front door, I never got them. They sent me my products in like 2 or 3 more days. So it's all about practicing service recovery and staying on top of the game. You're going to run through challenges just like me and Austin in any other business. It's your responsibility to stay on top of it and service your client base. Now, Marlon, I believe you that was it for your question, correct? Okay, yeah, he's up.
Yes, sir. That was it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, now let me recap, and I'm gonna get Troya in here for some tech talk. Now, remember the things that your responsibility. Your responsibility is building trust with the conference coordinator. and getting past the gatekeeper. You're going to do that very simply put by having all your sales tools and your social proof all laid out. You're going to develop your signature programs, headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. That's what we teach you how to do in Module 1. Module 2, you're going to automate your speaker business. You're going to learn how to manage the sales cycle from contact to close. You're going to learn that very beautiful verbiage and that exact script that I shared with you very early on in the workshop video. And you're going to let them know the reason for my call is. It's very important. They want to know the reason why you're calling. These conference coordinators are some of the busiest people in the world. They're in the top 10 when it comes to stress. Don't stress them out. The next thing is making sure you have your speaker business set up the right way. Are you a legitimate business entity? Are you in compliance and in good standing with your local Secretary of State? You got to go through the checklist. Going through the checklist, and somebody doesn't have their mute on. Going through the checklist is important to understand what are the next steps you're supposed to take in growing your speaker business. Because all of this stuff has something to do with the conference coordinator trusting you. If you don't want them to treat you like they don't know you, I suggest you start going through the steps. Step number 4 is making sure all your social media is on point and your content is on point. Step number 5, make sure that you have some kind of knowledge of digital marketing, because the conference coordinator is on all these digital platforms. And if your business model is not on these digital platforms, then it makes it extremely difficult for them to connect with you. And for all you old school people out there to say, oh, I don't want to learn technology. I don't understand it. You better smarten up, because I guarantee you the conference coordinator, they have all the social networks set up personally, and they have one set up for their conference or their corporation or their organization, college, high school, whatever it is. And last but not least, do you have all your marketing outreach documents? Do you have the templates together? Do you know exactly what to say? Proven verbiage that works for an outreach document that's going to get them to reply to you without it going into the spam folder. See, all of these things, ladies and gentlemen, at the end, what it does is it says, I'm professional, I'm prepared, I have a brand, I'm ready to go, I'm ready to deliver value, I'm organized. The number 1 killer in your speaker business is you're not organized. Get it together, smarten up, and get in these modules and go over them and over this. It's not good enough to read it one time. You think you're smarter than the system. You're binge watching Netflix, but you're not binge watching something that can make you hundreds of thousands of dollars and put you number 1 in your space. I don't know what your problem is. I don't know what you're doing. I believe Norma has another question. Norma, you have another question, comment, or concern?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you mentioned about setting the business up right.
Yes, ma'am.
I can't come up with a name for my
Norma,
business.
first of all, let's remove the word can't from our vocabulary. Let's stop talking about what we can't do with a T, and let's start talking about what we can do. Okay, Norma, this is why we're here. You're talking about a name for your business entity, correct?
Right.
What's the name of your signature programs, Norma?
The name of my signature program? I teach.
Well, I apologize. What's your mainstay headline? What's your mainstay headline?
What is my mainstay headline? I teach.
That's right.
I teach him.
Come on, say it like you mean it. I teach what?
I teach empowerment blueprints that heal broken hearts.
There it is, right there. Now, watch this. Watch this, Norma. You what state are you in?
I'm in Minnesota.
Okay, now watch this. I want you to go online to your local Secretary of State, and I want you to. They got a business name search for Minnesota.
Okay.
I want you to. What was the last part of your signature program? Broken what?
Broken hearts. Heal broken hearts.
Healing Broken Hearts LLC. I want you to do a name search when we get off the phone, and I want you, you can do it right online. Healing Broken Hearts, LLC. Perhaps that could be the name of your company. That matches with your brand. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
I mean, Norma, this stuff is just too easy for me. I'm the best you've ever seen in your life.
That's why I asked you, because I was unable to come up with one.
That's right. That's right. Say unable. Say I just wasn't able. Just don't say can't. There's no can't. There's no try, there's do. We just did it. So I want you to search that tomorrow, or search it tonight.
I can do it
see
tonight.
if that name is available. If it is, then go register that business, and you can do it all online. If some of the local Secretary of State's offices are not open because of COVID, but you can do it online. It may take a little bit longer to get there, but you can register your business for under $200. And that is a great name, by the way, Norma, because it matches with your brand. I want people to have, excuse me, a business name that matches with their brand. You're going to be big, Norma. You're going to be global, and we're going to help you get there.
Okay, one more question.
Yes, ma'am.
My website, the name of my website is mendmyheart.net.
See, that has something to do with heart. You got Mend My Heart LLC, if you want to do that as well. I like that one.
Okay, I think I'll do that then.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome. See if the name is available. If it isn't available and nobody else is using it, register the business, Norman. You're good to go.
Okay.
All right. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, the conference coordinator doesn't want to unmute yourself, Norma. And okay, yeah. Unmute yourself. She said, yeah, there we go. The conference coordinator doesn't want to do business with your social security number. They want to do business with your business. So are you prepared? This is what all of this is about. You got to stop holding back your questions. You may think that the question is stupid. How are you supposed to learn unless you ask the question? I don't give a damn what you answer. I mean, what you ask. I don't care how long you take. This is what you think I got something else better to do than to do this on this day? I don't care about doing anything else. I'm here to help you. And all of it, we cover all of it on our platform. So remember, Module 1, we're going to teach you how to organize your message and deal with the pain that most speakers have, which is they are not organized. And that's why they're flopping around with no real direction, with headlines, topics, titles, and descriptions. I'm a conference coordinator. I don't want to talk to you. I don't trust you. Second reason why I don't trust you is the conference coordinator, and we're talking about building trust. And yeah, I got trust issues like everybody else. I only trust people to work hard. I don't trust people to give me lip service. I don't want you around me. I don't need you in my inner circle if you aren't prepared to work hard. The first day I met Austin Troyer, he flips up his laptop and he shows me the work that he's about. And then he said, bro, don't worry about nothing technical or the website or none of that kind of stuff. I'll take care of all that stuff for you. I said, huh? He said, yeah, I got all that. Don't worry about none of that. That's my responsibility now, not yours. You just create content. I'll take care of all the technical stuff. And that's why we're number one. The next reason why I don't trust you, I'm speaking to you like the conference coordinator. The second reason why I don't trust you, and I'm not going to let you talk to the person who writes the check. The next reason why I'm not going to trust you is because you don't know how to talk to me the right way. The conference coordinator is like being in a relationship with a sensitive person. If you talk to me disrespectfully, I don't want to talk to you. I want you to treat me with respect. I want you to buy me a nice dinner. I want you to show me a nice time, and then I'm going to talk to you. But no, you motivational speakers, you don't want to do that, do you? You just want to go right in for the kill. Don't have your motivational speaker cap on. Go in with your consulting hat on. Go in as the coach. Are you going to help them solve problems? That's all they care about. Next reason why I don't trust you is the same thing I just talked to Norma about, because you don't have a real business name. I don't want to do business with your social security number. For tax purposes, I want to do business with your business. B2B is what they call it. Business to business solutions. That's what the conference coordinator is looking for. I'd much rather deal with the company Who is a company? A vendor, a contractor. They're going to take you through the procurement process. They're going to issue a purchase order and then cut you a check. I don't want to write you a check directly. I want to write your company the check. So when you don't have your business set up, oh, that's a third strike. I don't trust you. The fourth thing is, I'm a conference coordinator, and the reason why I don't trust you, motivational blowhard, motivational jackwagon, all of you people out there talking really, really fast and saying nothing, adding no value. Another reason why I don't trust you is because when I go to your social media, I see that you have a red cup in your hand, hanging out with your friends. I see some stupid ass family pictures, which I don't care about. Oh, you call yourself a leadership speaker, huh? Well, when I go to your, see, social media, don't get it twisted. I'm the only one on the internet talking about this stuff. Social media should be called social proof. Are you proven to the target buyer, me? Forget about, I'm not your speaker coach right now. Forget about this logo. I am not your speaker coach right now. I'm the conference coordinator. Are you showing me that you are highly skilled at the topic that you claim that you're good at? Because in this era that we're in right now, if I want to know about you and what you're all about, all I have to do is go to your social media. That should hit home for a lot of you. Are you mismanaging your social media? Are you? I want you to really go through your social media and look at what you're doing. Some of that shit needs to be deleted. But you still got it up there acting like you're going to book some speaking engagements. Stop. Please. I see this stuff every single day. I saw a cat smoking weed on the main video that he had on his Facebook Live. Bro, what are you going to be teaching me? I don't know who you think. You think Snoop Dogg is going to hire? If you think Snoop Dogg is a conference coordinator, maybe it's a lot of people that want to hire you in that realm. I don't know. But I'm looking to be professional. These conference coordinators want to bring in somebody who is professional, a real leadership speaker, male or female. And then the last thing is, I don't trust you as the conference coordinator because I can't find you, right? You're not on my radar. So now I got to deal with you. You're not creating some familiarity. You're not creating branding impressions because you're too busy trying to use a Gmail email address, and Google makes billions of dollars. How about your brand? Why are you using an unbranded email address? Yeah, I know everybody has a Gmail address. Okay, great. I have one too. But when I send out messages from Speaker Focus, you can better believe it says support at Speaker Focus behind it. KTR@speakerfocus.com, something like that. So I'm not connecting with you because you're not on my radar, because you are not on the platforms that I'm on. So how am I supposed to know that you exist? I don't see you running ads on Facebook. I don't see you with a structured solution of value helping me and my organization grow, because all you're doing on your social media is sharing a bunch of stuff that doesn't matter. Some BS from some reality television show that has nothing to do with me growing my constituency, educating my members, putting you in front of my target audience so you can add some value, because we got real problems over here. And I don't see you on my radar at all because you don't understand digital marketing. You're old school. You're going to be out of business like Sears and Toys R Us. And then the last reason why I don't trust you as the conference coordinator, and I'm not going to let you, I got all my little minions stopping all you motivational speakers from getting to me, who controls the money. The last reason why I don't trust you is because you don't have any of the outreach documents together. You don't have the proper email, the right verbiage, the right marketing templates, the right verbiage, the right tonality. You don't know how to manage the sales cycle the right way. You don't have any of the handouts, the workbooks, the worksheets. You don't have anything that's going to help me understand why I need to book you to speak. And ladies and gentlemen, on our platform, and the people catching it on the rebroadcast on YouTube, and the millions of other people that's watching, This is the reason why speakers sit home broke with the empty calendar with no bookings in sight, because you don't have the confidence to talk about your speaker business. So I suggest you smarten up and do the things I'm respectfully requesting you to do in the online platform, in the online coaching program, and on our platform. If you're watching too much TV, I got no sympathy for you. If you're talking to friends that cannot help you, and all you're doing, you think COVID has got you in the house and you're talking on the phone more, good for you. I hope that's helping you make money. I really do. Because I got no sympathy for you if you're not keeping your head in this game. This is the speaker game, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how all the pieces move across the board? Let me get my business partner in here, my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, who taught me everything I know about digital marketing. You better smarten up and listen to Austin Troyer for president, ladies and gentlemen. Business partner, little bro. How you doing today, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man.
No doubt. Now, when it comes to building trust, Troyer, from a technical standpoint, when it comes to, we're talking setup, Austin, we're talking about, the question I have for you today on our platform is, I mean, we're old school, Austin. We're not young like you, bro. You know, you don't have no gray hairs yet. You don't know what's going on in life. You only know about what's going on with the technical stuff. I mean, talk to the old school people like me, right? So how is it that you can make a person feel comfortable about technology? What kind of strategies can you help our platform understand so they feel more comfortable using their smartphone? They feel more comfortable getting online. Like, how can you help these barriers lower a little bit more to help people feel more comfortable so that that can help them grow their speaker business?
Yeah, I mean, even for me, someone that's, you know, grown up with technology and, you know, had a software company when I was 14 and been coding, you know, for like 10 years. You know, even I get overwhelmed with technology sometimes. So what I do to, you know, make things easier is just simplify. I think that's the best way to do things, and make sure you're getting your information from the right places. And so when you're trying to explore new technology or tools to add to your speaking business, just, you know, listen to us for one, because we're going to give you all the information you need there, and take it one step at a time. You know, if we say, you know, in the, you know, week 5, we talk about setting up your CRM and your email marketing and all that. Don't try to cram all of the information and the action items in 1 week. Maybe, you know, if you are getting overwhelmed, to like just take it one thing at a time and simplify. Like maybe you don't need your CRM and your website all set up in the same week. Maybe you can, you know, stretch it across a couple weeks, and just, yeah, break it into little pieces. I think that's the easiest way, and realize, you know, all this stuff, building out all this technical infrastructure for your speaking business, it takes time and it can't be rushed. And when you do try to rush it, it's just going to be overwhelming. So
Correct.
Just trying to break off little pieces every day.
Mm-hmm. Got you. What is, Austin, can you help our platform also understand the emerging changes that are happening on the Speaker Focus platform with the new website template that's coming up, and also some new features added in module number 5 when it comes to the digital marketing?
Yeah, so what we're going to be doing is, you know, in the past we've had to, you know, take our students other places to get solutions for like website templates and you know, strategies to get them new business with digital marketing. In week 5, we're trying to create as many templates as possible. So we have an amazing website that's high converting and it's real easy to set up. That's going to be dropped in week 5 shortly. So you'll be able to one-click set up your speaker website, and you'll be able to plug and play. You just basically change out your content and and, you know, upload your speaker video demo, your speaker info kit, and change out your email and all that, and you'll have your website up quick. So that's one way we're trying to simplify technology, make it easier for you guys. And then for the email marketing part of your business, so the website template is going to be hooked right into ActiveCampaign, and all the email automation will be one-click import with ActiveCampaign. So you don't have to try to figure out all the technical piping. You can just go in there and tweak the copy of the email to match your brand, and it'll all be set up. So we're trying to just make it as easy as possible for everyone to get their technical infrastructure launched. And once you get a better hang of it, you know, once you get all this stuff, all of our templates uploaded, you can get more fancy and more advanced with it. But we just want to keep it, you know, 80-20 and make it as simple as possible in the beginning.
Absolutely. Well, boss, I definitely appreciate the kind of hours that you spend with making sure that our business is growing and our platform is constantly forever evolving and servicing the technical, because I damn sure can't do that part. That's for sure. Hey, I don't care how great everybody thinks I am. Me and Austin have different roles. That's the reason why we're partners. He's the CTO, I'm the CEO. And this is the reason why we did a venture like this, because it has never been done before. And as we work the bugs out and constantly figuring out a way to improve our platform, communication, things of that nature, we also know we want to address some issues that we've been having through school and login issues and things of that nature. We're also going to be having some upcoming things, creating support tickets to make it more efficient without losing information about uploading your videos and your programs and things of that nature. So all those things are coming. We are here to constantly get better and definitely hold you accountable. Remember, do the work. That is the main thing that is required from you. What's going to be required for us is to keep making this the #1 platform for speaker marketing ever created in the history of business. We have these things put together, and these resources and tools are here in one central location, so you can learn the things that you need to learn. I'd say one of the biggest things is that you should not be apprehensive about asking questions, whether or not it's on the Zoom call, or whether or not it's creating a support ticket, whether or not it's uploading your assignments, or whatever the case is. You should be asking questions, because that's what's going to make your speaker business grow. Listen, sit in your pain and deal with it. Because again, if you're not attacking the technology or attacking these challenges that you're facing, then the business is going to run you, and you're not going to run it. It's your responsibility to run your business and build your speaker business. And we are very delighted and excited that we have the tools and the strategies and the techniques and the steps and all of the systems built out so that to ensure your success. We don't make promises around here. We make guarantees. We are in this to track with you, so you start booking speaking engagements. We don't give a damn if it's pre-COVID, during COVID, after COVID. We don't care. You're going to get the knowledge so you can come out of this thing bigger, better, faster with a new skill. This is what smart speakers are doing right now. Remember that quote that I shared about Warren Buffett? The time to be greedy is when everybody is afraid. And a lot of people are afraid to move forward right now. You should not be afraid. You should find comfort in knowing that you are building your speaker business. So have you had some sleepless nights out there? Let me ask you that question. Because you should back up the video about 10 minutes ago when I was telling you all the things of the reason why conference coordinators don't trust you. We have tools to remedy why the conference coordinator doesn't trust you, so that they will. And building your speaker business the right way and taking it step by step, keeping your head down. Sacrificing, ladies and gentlemen, is what this is all about. All that stuff that's making you feel real good right now, it's like the reason why things I buy every single week. I drink these drinks because they're only 50 calories. And because these have a probiotic in it, which I love, is for gut support, which is a lot of your nutrition and a lot of your health issues are in a unhealthy gut. So I'd rather drink this with 50 calories than drink a soda with 450 calories or 250 calories. So I'm getting knowledge about what I'm supposed to do to be more healthy. So we want you to do the same exact thing. Every single Monday, me and my business partner, Austin Troyer, we are branded up and ready to go. We're teaching you how to run your speaker business properly. We have a no-nonsense approach to this. Mavericks and pioneers are often going to be a little bit abrasive. And I realize that some of the times with the way we administer things, you know, it's not going to feel good and it's not going to sound good. Well, it shouldn't. You're not paying me to be your friend. You're paying me to hold you accountable. And you're paying us to be on our platform to teach you what you need to know. In the long run, it's all going to pay off. We don't have to say it. Everybody else knows we're number one. The people getting results on our platform, you hear it every single week. I want to thank Marlon, Brian. I want to thank Norma. I want to thank Antoinette Glenn. I want to thank anybody that participates in the calls. I want to thank you for your participation. Obviously, we only have so many time to take a certain amount of calls. But I want you to understand, this is the reason why this vision was brought about. It's alignment. It only happens once in a lifetime. And I realized it the moment that I met Austin Troyer. I said, the contents in my head need to be online, but I hadn't found the right person. When I found them and I didn't know what it looked like until I saw it, I had an idea in my head, but I really wasn't sure. When I saw it, I extended my hand. I said, bro, are you interested in being in a partnership? He said, yes. And that's how Speaker Focus was all about. You got to understand something. We didn't have these logos. We didn't have this cap. We didn't have this gear. This is a brand new banner behind me. I'm going to be trying some different banners, right? We didn't have any of this stuff. This all came from meeting and then knowing organizational infrastructure, business management, and technology, and the technical aspects of speaking. And we're bringing it to you every single day on our platform. Remember, if you have any questions, you can create a support ticket. We have 24-hour technical and soft skill support. We can answer these in real time or within a 24-hour period. If we miss something, you heard Norma hold us accountable. We miss things. We missed Norma's homework assignment. We're going to get down to the bottom of it and figure out what's going on. But I guarantee it's going to be taken care of, and we're going to keep helping her build her speaker business and deal with the adversities and the challenges and the setbacks and the thorns in your side, all the stuff that's making you feel uncomfortable. This is what we're in business to do. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, I cannot help it that I'm the world's #1 speaker coach. I'm prepared. I look good, smell good, ready to get on the platform. Austin is in the top 3% of digital marketing experts on planet Earth. I can't help it that he decided he wanted to start a tech company. He was 14 years old and pay the price and sacrifice. Learn to love it and deal with it, ladies and gentlemen, because there's simply nothing you can do about it. On behalf of me and my business partner, Austin Troyer, it has been my delight to bring you another exciting topic of how to build trust with conference coordinators and gatekeepers on the Speaker Focus platform. I know somebody is not down there, have the nerve to answer a question after a strong close like that. Who is it? Oh, Marlon just said, thanks, excited to be on board. Marlon, we're excited to have you on board, bro. We're ready to do the work, Marlon, and go as fast as you want to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Kevin T. Robertson, the world's #1 speaker coach. On behalf of me and Austin Troyer and the staff at Speaker Focus, it's been a pleasure to have you on the Zoom. We will see you right here next time, same place next week. Stay focused, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your head down and get my homework assignments done. I love you.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thank you.